Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us to discuss the BOI, which stands for Beneficial Ownership Information Report. Our guest instructor is Jenny from Small Business Development Center, and she can tell you more about who she is and what she does. And what we want to start with is to talk about what is the beneficial ownership information form, why was it put into place, and how do you go about setting it up for yourself. It shouldn't take more than 10 or 15 minutes to do that. Get it done and sent in. So, Jenny, welcome.
Thank you, Brenda. So yes, my name is Jenny Sendejas, and I am a business advisor for the Small Business Development Center, where we provide one-on-one counseling services, advising services to anyone who is needing to start a business or looking to expand a business. And our services are provided at no cost. So right now, today, yes, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the information on how to complete a BOI report, starting with what is a BOI report. So this report was basically originally a request from the U.S. Treasury Department, and they assignated a department called FinCEN, who basically needed businesses to report who handle business information and who could make business decisions in the company. And this was just done so that they could identify if there's any criminals, unwanted people having businesses, or if there was any money laundering. Basically, in a nutshell, that's the main purpose of doing a BOI report.
It's interesting. I had never thought about the fact that we don't have any kind of national registration for businesses. We have statewide, we have citywide, all the local stuff, but we don't have anything national. So this is going to be the first time that we have a national reporting of business ownership. Is that right?
This is correct. Yeah. Besides the IRS national reporting that we do, this is one that just needs to be done one time. Unless there's any changes from the original report, then you will want to update them with those changes. But otherwise, it's just gonna be done one time, and like you said, it's a 10 to 15-minute report.
Fantastic. Okay, it's all yours.
Thank you. Just a little bit more about who we are, the Small Business Development Center, partnering up and being here in Nevada since 1985. So here, just letting you know that I am not an attorney, so I cannot give you any legal advice for your business, but these are just requests. I cannot say requirements because right now the report is not a requirement. It's just a request from the U.S. Treasury. Remember that if some of you have already seen the news, at this moment, February 4th is not a requirement. Who knows it tomorrow? It becomes one again because it has been moved back and forth on being a required or not, if it's constitutional or not. So but nonetheless, I'm just gonna go through the report so that you can feel more comfortable making it if that's what you choose to do. It's your decision ultimately. But it's another thing that I wanted to get out right away is this is a free report. You can pay people to get it done for you, definitely, but this is something that you can do on your own for free. So FinCEN safeguards the financial system from illicit use. and combats money laundering and its related crimes, including terrorism, and promote national security. That's their main purpose. Sorry. That's their main purpose, and that's why they were assigned to with this task of requesting this information in their website. The initial penalties for not complying, okay, were to have up to 2 years of imprisonment and 10,000 in fines. Now, as I said, it's not a requirement anymore, so we can actually skip those penalties for now. The Corporate Transparency Act is the one that requested this report to be done, which is part of the 2021 National Defense Authority Act, which aimed to prevent money laundering and other illicit activities. Now, who needed to complete this report? They were asking for anyone who registered with the Secretary of State. That means LLCs, corporations, and sole proprietors. Some people, and I remember, Brenda, some of your clients might have asked you if Uber drivers needed it. If you needed a state license, yes, you also will want to do your report as well.
That's good to know. So if you don't have to get a state license, then this is not something that you actually need to do.
No, it would not apply to you.
Great. Okay, thanks.
Yes. Yeah. The effective date of this report, when it was a requirement, was January 1st, 2024. All last year. Then they decided to state that all businesses had until January 1st, 2025 to comply with the law. Otherwise, they were going to pay penalties of like $500 or over $500 per day for not complying. Again, that's not true at this moment. Okay, so what information is required for this report? Okay, your legal business name, your legal individual name, and all names that you're doing business as. Your address, business address, personal address, and your IRS taxpayer identification number, sometimes known as the employer identification number, or your ITIN or your social security number, whatever you use to with the IRS. So there's going to be a section asking you for who benefits financially with this business, and that's the names that you want to provide on the report, with their legal name, their date of birth, their address. So as you see, it's very simple information that you should already know. Your jurisdiction. Sorry, I keep moving my slides. The jurisdiction, they would ask you for an ID to be uploaded. So you could, if you're using your phone, you can take a picture and then upload it that way. If you're using a computer, you would need to scan your ID and submit it. But it could be your ID, your passport, some type of government issue identification, and even foreign passports. Okay, so this was a initial request, which I'm gonna be saying over and over, this is not a requirement anymore at this moment. Okay, it's a request. You may choose to do it, or you may not choose. What we recommend to our clients is to get it done, because that way once it becomes maybe the law would ask you to do it one more time, it would be a requirement or not. This is a way that they can identify that no one you're not doing any type of money laundry, you know, there's no criminals owning any type of business in your business, in your company. And so this is just a way to secure the country, actually, if we can see it that way. Okay. And there's a specific portal provided in a specific website provided by FinCEN called the BOI e-filing, where this reporting gets done. And it looks like this. And we're gonna go on the actual website to help you step by step see how it needs to be completed. But any questions on your side, Brenda?
No, none here yet.
Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to the website and share my screen there. So this is how the website looks like. Now, if you need more information, right, to understand more in depth what this reporting is about and what information you should be providing to them, you can come here and you can look at help information, the Q&R questions. There's more ways for you to understand what needs to be collected from this entity. So you would want to press get started. And you could complete the file on PDF, or you could complete it on the online center. So I like completing it in the online center. I do assist people to get this reporting done, and we do it through the website. But you can download a PDF form, write it down, type it, and then submit it, upload it and submit it. That's another way of doing it. But if I can walk you through the steps on doing it online, here I would say I agree. You are entering a U.S. government information system maintained, administered, and operated by the U.S. Department of Treasury, right? So this is basically who is running this system, and we agree on utilizing it appropriately. The very first thing that the report asks us for is if this is going to be an initial report. Are we making any corrections to a previous report? Are we updating? Is this a new exempted entity? There's very few exempted entities, and I would say if you have a question about that, I would refer you over to their website to look at some of the examples of those exempted entities. But if you're not sure if your business is exempted, you can either contact them or you can complete it. I mean, it doesn't hurt. No one is gonna reject your report if you actually do it and it was not meant to be done. Again, they just want to find out who is operating your business and who has a saying in your business. So if this is an initial report, you would just click initial report. There are 5 different sections that we will need to complete here. And this is a very first one. Okay, the date we are completing it, February 4, 2025. We click next and it will take us to the next tab. Here it's asking us request to receive FinCEN ID. Well, entities that complete these reports for other businesses might want to get a FinCEN ID, so that when they put it in, all their information is generated. But for someone that is just a, you know, if we are the only ones who are making the report, we are just doing them by ourselves, then we don't have to have a FinCEN ID. We can move forward without it. A foreign pool investment vehicle, do we have one of those? Do we qualify? No. And look at this. If you have questions, if you need help, here, they give you the explanation. who do they qualify? Okay. It says if this for the foreign pool investment vehicle. If the reporting company is a foreign pool investment vehicle, the company need only report one beneficial owner who exercise substantial control over the entity. So you can read the information to identify if this applies to you or not. Usually for businesses that are open and open here in Nevada, let's say, and manage in Nevada, they will probably not qualify for any of these two, except if you actually complete documents for people, complete these type of reportings for people. That's when they might have a Vincent ID. And even so, because I have asked some you know, document preparers, and they sometimes don't even have one, and it's fine. It's an option. Okay, then moving on, legal name and alternate names, legal name of your company. Okay, so let's say that my legal name is ABC LLC, right? And then what is the name that I use to do business as? So the marketing name that I use for my business cards, for my flyers, for my website. Okay, let's say that I just use ABC. And I can add any other names that I utilize for marketing. Now they will ask me, what tax identification type do I use? EIN, Social Security number, ITIN number, or foreign? Well, usually what I deal with is people either having an EIN, employer identification number, or the Social Security number or ITIN. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click on one and put that number, what that number is.
Okay, Jenny, there was one question. If you have an LLC, can you use your social security number? Or do you have to have an employer identification number?
If you have an LLC or a corporation, you would want to have an employer identification number because you are creating a business entity aside from you, its own entity. So it needs to have its EIN or it's EIN for LLCs or corporations.
Great, thank you.
Yes. All right, so here, let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just making it up. I don't know what these numbers mean to me, nothing. So here, I just put a tax identification number, country and jurisdiction. As you can see, this is a gray box. So I am not able to select any of this. I'm gonna have to leave it alone. Jurisdiction of formation or first registration. So where do I operate my business? Here in the United States. That would be for us. Domestic reporting company. In which state are we? In Nevada. Okay, and then these two are great. So I don't have to select any of those two boxes. Moving along is what is the address of the business? And I will put that address. Anywhere street, let's put Las Vegas. And I'm just completing these steps so that you can see how it needs to be completed. So here in the United States, again, I'm gonna put Nevada and I'm just gonna put a zip code here. Okay, so that's how this section is completed. So I have completed the entire second section. Part here, it says part 1, reporting company information. I have already done that. And I want to focus on the asterisks. Right where I can see those red asterisks is that information I must complete to submit the report. So all of it has been completed. Next, and then I'm gonna go to tab number 3. And this is information asking us about the company applicant, meaning who applied for that business license and to the Secretary of State. And we can include more than one applicants, okay? We could add another one or a third or fourth or as many applicants as needed. But here I have space for one. Again, FinCEN ID, unless you have one, you don't have to worry about that specific information. Legal name and date of birth of that individual. Okay.
I have another
So
question for you, Jenny.
go ahead.
Is there a particular percentage that someone has to have within a company for
As
them to
far
be on this form?
As far as I know, there is no specific percentage. I mean, I could take a look and identify through their Q&A if they have any specifics, but as if you're able to make to have any beneficial ownership of the business, then you will have to be included in the report.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. I'm just gonna put a date of birth, and I'm putting my name just for the purpose of this reporting. So as you can see, it's asking me for last name, first name, middle name, suffix, date of birth. Business address. So I can choose to give my business address or my residential address. It's completely up to you. So I'll put the same. And Las Vegas. Oh, I selected something. And we're almost done with this third part, which, you know, that makes it super easy to get done. So here they are asking us, what type of form of identification are we submitted in order to show that we are who we say we are, right? I'm saying I'm going to select from my choices. I'm going to select driver's license. Okay. And I'm going to be giving my driver's license number. Let's say that's it. Which jurisdiction? United States, Nevada, one more time. And here is where I will need to upload a copy of my ID. Okay, but I won't submit it right now, but this is where you would want to submit it. If I move on to the next tab, it's asking us, okay, well, now who benefits financially from having this business, right? And that's to your point, Brenda, where you're asking any specific percentage. If they have any financial benefits from having the business, then they will need to be included, as far as I understand. But again, we can take a look at what it specifically states. Here is, are we parent or guardian information instead of a minor child? Well, that's not our case, so we will not select that. Do we have a FinCEN ID? One more time. Is this an exempted entity? It's not for the purpose of what we are doing. And then here, once again, who is that individual who benefits financially from this business? And I can put my name one more time, or that's where your name goes. And I'm gonna put the date of birth. Okay. And the address. Anywhere Street. And we're almost done with step number 4. Okay. Here they're gonna ask me, okay, how are you identifying yourself? Well, same thing, driver's license. It's the same person, right? Same driver's license information. Same jurisdiction, United States in Nevada. And then upload my picture one more time, even though it's the same person and in the same exact information, we still need to upload it into this section as well. Okay. And at that point, if you have a secondary owner, third, etc., you can just add. Okay. And then you can see how it includes a second owner tab here. So if I were to close it in, so you can see the two tabs, owner one, owner two. And then you can add that information here. I'm going to remove that owner two. Confirm I'm removing it. And we're in the last tab. That's basically all that needs to be done. So here in the email, you're just putting your own email to receive any confirmation, any questions they might have, any notifications, right? You just want to provide your email, your name, who is submitting this report. Okay, and then you certified that you are authorized to file this BOIR on behalf of the reporting company. So if this is you as the owner, you know, yes, of course, you have the right to submit the report. Now, I can submit it, right? I can't agree because they're telling me, hey, you forgot to put this information, which is my ID. So they will not allow you to submit it without being fully completed. But I will put okay, close. After submitting my ID, let's say that I did, then now I want to click here on I am a human, right? And then this button that says submit BOIR will be blue, and now I will be able to click on it and submit. After this is
So if there's something that you miss, they grab it, they remember it and tell you go back and fill that in.
especially if they have asterisks. So they
Okay.
definitely need those areas with asterisks done. After you submit the report, you will get a confirmation page with a confirmation number of the submission. So let's say that you forgot if you actually submitted it or not sure. If you were to submit it again, it will tell you that the report had already been submitted. It would ask you, do you want to actually do an update? Do you want to make a correction? And then at that point you can choose whichever one you want. But you will also have access to the transcripts, meaning like all the documents that have been completed, you know, throughout the reporting.
This is a lot more simple than I thought. And it seems very straightforward. Just fill in the blanks that they have the asterisks next to and additional information if necessary. And then upload, and we're used to uploading some form of government ID, whether it's the driver's license or passport or whatever. Okay, thank you very much. I've seen, and you've probably seen this too, where people are charging anywhere from $200 to $500 to do this for business owners, and this can be done in quite a small amount of time, and it can be done at no cost.
That's very true. Yes. And we have seen businesses, and that's perfectly okay. You know, businesses need to do business. And if that's what they do document preparation, right? And
Mhm.
they will act also in your behalf to complete the report, but also do any corrections and updates. And there's people who will charge for the initial report, and also to do any unlimited corrections, right? Or unlimited updates for a specific yearly fee or things like that. But as you can see, you can come back here and make those corrections yourself and do those updates yourself, because it's just regular information that you should know about your business.
So this just gives the business owner options to say, yes, I'll take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it takes to fill out the form, or I will pay someone else to do it.
Mm, That's true. Yeah, if they don't have the time, yes, they can definitely look for those companies that will complete it for them.
Fantastic. And then for what you do at the Small Business Development Center, will you help people through this process also?
Yeah, so that's part of something we actually have included in our services. It's helping them, walking them through the steps to complete the report. We can have a meeting. We can sit with you and go through the application process. You can bring your documents with you. We can do that together. We can meet virtually too and give you the guidance you need in order to complete it. So that's something we do here in our North Las Vegas office. But yes, definitely with our Nevada Small Business Development Center program.
So it's extremely important for anyone who is putting their information into this report, they must have that ID. Because if they don't have that ID, they cannot submit. Is that correct?
You're talking about the EIN or the
Not
FinCEN?
the EI, well, that you need that too as a business owner, but also you need to have that government ID that you have to upload.
Oh, that's true. Yes, definitely. You need to show proof of who you are, and it could be your foreign passport. I mean, as long as it's a government ID.
And it has to have a picture.
Yes, correct.
Okay, all
Yes.
right. Is there anything else that we should tell people about this report other than it's not as scary that as some people have thought it would be? It's pretty straightforward and seemingly fairly simple to complete.
Yes, no, I mean, feel free to come into their website, review the information, and if you don't have it with you at that point, write down. You can download the PDF, complete it by hand, and then whenever you're ready, you can just come in and type the information that you have on your PDF already created. So please don't feel afraid of doing it. The government is just asking this for to help them identify money laundering and those unwanted individuals from having businesses.
I love the fact that they have a PDF that you can download and you can get all of your information together in one place so that when you're ready to submit, you know that you have everything together and you don't have to worry about, uh-oh, I forgot such and such.
If you would allow me, I can show them the PDF version.
Please.
Okay. All right. So we were here when I mentioned the two different forms. So I can click here. And I don't know if you noticed what happened, but what happened was I click on prepare BOIR and then a document was downloaded. Okay. So now I'm gonna click on my downloads. It requires Adobe Reader 8 or higher. Wow, I'm so sorry. I won't be able to show you.
Wow, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that is interesting.
That's new.
Yeah, that is very true. I used to be able to just download it. Now it says that I don't have access. Um, yep, no, same thing. I have to
Wow.
upgrade my Adobe Reader.
Well, there you go. There
Gosh,
you go.
sorry.
But the good thing about that is your Adobe Reader does not cost you anything, so it's a free upgrade.
It is. It is, yeah. So, but definitely, I mean, come and take a look at the website. play around a little bit, take a look at some of the information. You can write down your answers on a piece of paper and then come back and upload everything.
This is fantastic. I really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through this. I don't see any other questions. And it didn't take as long as I thought, and it was more simply put together than most government forms. That's my opinion. But it turned out to be not such a bad thing. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay to get it done. I mean, you decide. It's your option at this point. So you can decide on whether or not you want to complete it. But if you do, don't feel afraid. Just go into the website and see the information is very simple.
And we'll be updated with all the stuff that's going on in the government right now. We're not sure whether this is going to be a requirement or just an option.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, that gives people a little bit more time to actually get it done without having those penalties hanging over their heads, which those penalties were huge.
They were more than $500 per day for not having it done on time.
Yeah,
People were
so
rushing to get it done by, before January 1st of this year. And then after there was a back and forth on, being required, stopped, and on. They were still wanting to do it just in case. So they have something less to worry about.
okay. That makes sense. Well, Jenny, thank you very much. Can you, before we go, can you tell people about how they can sign up to be a client at the SBDC?
Definitely. So you can receive advising services through the Nevada Small Business Development Center by signing up and registering through our website, through the Nevada SBDC .org. And I'm trying to show my last slide, which shares with you my contact information in case you have any questions, need to register, would like to register. We would like to support your business and give any type of resources for to be successful. So feel free to give me a call, email me, or register through our website, nevadasbdc.org.
Fantastic. Jenny, thank you so much. This was such good information, and this will help a lot of small business owners and allay a lot of the nervousness of getting this form done. So greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.